Hello, one and all, is my view of My Hero Academia Vigilantes Chapter 115 Conclusion. And I've got to say, I feel lied to. The chapter of this title was Conclusion. It concluded nothing. Abso-freaking-lutely nothing at all. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, really, after last chapter, I said, oh, thank God, I really thought Six was going to turn into some sort of giant kaiju monster. But no, it looks like he's going to self-destruct, try to take Koichi down with them. Yay! No! As it turns out, my fears were very much warranted, and Six did in fact turn into a giant freaking kaiju, who goes through an entirely separate transformation in this chapter as he becomes even more deadly. God above. End this fight. End this freaking fight already! I mean, the one bright side, if you can even really call it that, is that both Koichi and Six are very much near death. I mean, Koichi broke a leg and arm, he's lost a whole lot of blood. Meanwhile, Six's brain is literally on fire. Literally on fire! So much so, I think his skull actually explodes this chapter, at which point he's just, a jaw and some ribs. He doesn't have much left. He is, on his last leg. I know I've said that before many times, but now I really mean it. He is seriously on his last leg, and he's gonna, burn out in the next couple minutes. So my best guess is the next chapter will reveal that Koichi somehow managed to escape this building before Six crushed it, and, then the pro heroes gonna arrive, Aizawa, Ingenium, Edgeshot, Best Genist, and they're gonna hold Six down long enough for Koichi to snipe him, long enough for Koichi to deliver the final blow to finish him off. Though there is definitely something a bit wrong with that because, I've said many times before, Koichi isn't really the kind of guy that would actually go in for the kill here. I mean, he had the chance to kill Six before, and he couldn't because of his promise to Pop, so I really don't think he can actually fill that role. I'm not really sure what else he could do in this fight, which does lead me to another possibility I saw online, and one I thought was really interesting. Basically, the theory is that this chapter was actually the conclusion of the fight. The fight is over, it's done now, and next chapter will start off with Koichi waking up in the hospital after the fight's done, after the pro heroes arrived and, finished off Six, or stopped him, or he just, self-destructed, his brain literally melted, and maybe Pop will be there wearing his All Might hoodie, the one he gave to her all those years ago, and she'll cry, and she'll scream, and she'll cry, and she'll scream. And then she'll hug him, and it'll be so freaking heartwarming. I would freaking love to see that. Though that does leave us with a big issue that Koichi would have missed, the ending of the big bad. He would have actually seen the final boss being taken down, which in any other series would just feel so absolutely overwhelmingly wrong, but here, I think would actually make a lot of sense. Koichi has never viewed himself as protagonist. He is not Deku. He doesn't think, oh, I'm gonna go save the entire world. No, he doesn't even think he's gonna be able to save his town. All he's trying to do is protect his little slice of sky, the people in front of him, the people around him. Since the very beginning of this fight, Koichi didn't actually think he'd be able to stop Six at all. That was never his plan. That was never his intention. He was just trying to lure him away from Pop and put all of his attention onto him, and he has definitely done that. I don't think Six actually mentioned Pop once in the last 5 or 6 chapters. He is fully and entirely focused on murdering Koichi, believing Koichi is the only thing in his way of his dream, the only thing that's stopping him from becoming the world's #1 hero, if that's something Six even wants to do at this point anymore. I mean, Six seems fully and entirely focused and devoted on murdering Koichi, even if it cost him his own life. So, yeah, I honestly think that if somehow, some way, Six does end up actually killing Koichi here and is able to escape, he won't really be focused on going after Pop anymore because he'll have completely and utterly forgotten about it, completely forgotten that that was actually his goal all along. But yeah, I don't really need to go after Pop at all. I mean, yeah, she's on my face, but I can just take on a new face and become someone else. So, good job, Koichi. Managed to get that done at least. And then if that does happen, there's still the question of, what's going to happen to Koichi after this? I mean, if he does actually end up, doing the final blow, killing Six, sniping him from far away, I mean, I think it'd be more satisfying, but at the same time, that is definitely 100% murder right there, and murdering someone with a quirk, even in self-defense, is so overwhelmingly wrong, so overwhelmingly illegal. He'd go to Tartarus. He would go straight to freaking Tartarus. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way they could really cover that up at all. I mean, even this whole fight, I could even actually argue that Koichi hasn't really, been trying to hit Six at all. He's been running away. He's been fleeing. He's been dodging, deflecting, and just trying to, counter Six's own blows so he doesn't get himself blown up. you could definitely make an argument that this entire fight was basically Koichi acting in self-defense without actually inflicting any bodily harm on his opponent, so he might be able to walk away with just, a slap on the wrist after that. That could make a lot of sense, actually. Interesting. And then after that, what exactly is Koichi's plan? What exactly would Koichi do? I mean, a lot of people are saying, oh, Koichi, he is not a hero. He's not a pro. He would just, go live an ordinary life, go get a job in city management or something simple like that, helping the people out in his own special way, which I could definitely see happening. But I also think we're going to see the detective sister once more before the series comes to an end, because she was working on something with Captain Celebrity, when Koichi was first dubbed the villain, when the manhunt first began for him. So yeah, I think she might end up showing up and finding some way to help him, maybe sneaking him out of the country. Oh, that would be unexpected, basically kidnapping Koichi and dragging him out of Japan, bringing him to America where he becomes Captain Celebrity's sidekick. I mean, that's a little bit too pro-hero for my taste, given that Koichi's not really a pro-hero. He's, the little guy. But at the same time, being a sidekick to someone as big and glamorous as Captain Celebrity would kind of work for him. He'd always be in Captain Celebrity's shadows. He would never be, that guy. He would never be the guy, the hero, the protagonist. He would still just be a supporter, someone waiting in the wings, someone helping out from shadows, essentially. I could see that. I could definitely see it happening. Anyway, though, back to this chapter, we actually get to see Six's transformation, which All For One describes as a portrait of hell itself, and he is not wrong. Oh my god, above he is not wrong. The skeleton's burning in flames like this. It is literally a portrait of freaking hell. As he says, offerings an altar to summon a single transcendental being. Oh my freaking god, yes, this is demonic worship. This is devil summoning right here. He has sacrificed dozens and dozens of lives to form a, being straight out of hell, a being made entirely of fire and flames, brimstone and hatred. And Koichi, he is really, really hoping, they blew themselves up, right? I guess that's it. I guess the fight's over here. Not so much, as the giant man made of fire then punches him and sends him flying to the ground. And he seems okay at first, he doesn't really seem all that concerned, until he realizes a few seconds later, oh, my leg is broken. Well, will you look at that? Yeah, it takes him a little bit, which, makes sense. I mean, the adrenaline is just coursing through his veins like you would not believe right now. He cannot feel pain at all. And when it wears off, he's probably going to black out immediately. I mean, later on, when he's sitting in the building, waiting for help to arrive, I'm fairly certain by that point the adrenaline would have worn off and he would have, allowed the pain to hit him and he might have just blacked out right then and there. So even before the building collapsed on top of him, that might have been it for Koichi. He might have been finished at that point. And then maybe the pro heroes, Aizawa will find him in the rubble and bring him to the hospital, the same hospital Pop's at. I mean, that's my hope. That's definitely my hope. But, definitely not in good shape. He's definitely not in good shape. Because right after this, he gets hit by a very, very large piece of debris. I mean, that thing must weigh several thousand pounds. And his arm is down. It is completely down, as well as some ribs. He can barely breathe. I'm honestly amazed he can keep moving at this point. I mean, I know I said adrenaline, but adrenaline has its freaking limit. He's still able to flee and escape as, he's down 2 limbs and a couple of ribs. And at that point he decides, okay, you know what, I've done enough. I'm just gonna hide now. I'm gonna hide in this old abandoned parking garage, which is a very good choice to make. I mean, that'd be super easy to get into, a lot of hiding places. Six obviously wouldn't be able to fit inside of it. It was not a bad choice for him to make, and he brings up a very good point. The chopper's still out there. What's taking All Might so long? I mean, seriously, All Might, where the freak are you? I know I said before that All Might might have run out of time for the day, maybe he's not able to be a hero right now, and that's why he's not coming to save the day. But seriously, All Might, the people need you. Koichi needs you right now. Though even then, I don't really think we're going to see All Might save the day. Even if it's just a flashback, we actually see the big final fight of the series. I think it'll actually end up being, Aizawa, Ingenium, Edcha, and Beshinas. The heroes who have been proven to actually be, here. They are in this location. They are in this town. And they aren't really doing anything else right now because all the bomber villains, they collaborate together. They merge together to form Ultimate Six here. So, yeah, I don't really think there's all that much, left for them to do in the actual city. I mean, yes, they can help evacuate the people, but clearly the much bigger concern is the giant 300-foot tall man made out of fire. I mean, he is very large. I'm sure they can see him from like a mile away, so clearly they know, okay, we need to go deal with that. We need to go deal with that, don't we? And God, just Koichi's attitude here. I hope he decides to show before my time is up. Yeah, he knows. He is fully and completely aware of the fact that he is running on borrowed time right now. He doesn't have much left. The adrenaline isn't really pumping so strong anymore. He's, feeling the pain. He's feeling the agony. He probably wouldn't be able to escape right now even if he tried to. So, yeah, he's just about out of time. He is just about out of time. And then 6 decides to go plus ultra as he takes on destruction style, evolving to his ultimate form. God above, please let this be his ultimate form, as his internal fire just rampaging forth as he's pumping with everything he has, just ready to completely and utterly freaking murder Koichi. And, then he does it. He smashed the building to complete and absolute dust. And, Koichi, I don't really have high hopes for you having survived this. Or at least not survive that, all that well. I could see him being in a coma for, the next year after this. Maybe by the time he wakes up, Pop will have, fully recovered and she'll be by his side every day. Oh, that'd be cute. That'd be cute. But, I mean, this is, an entire building falling on top of him. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, Koichi. You might actually be dead. You might actually be dead here. That would certainly be a bummer of an ending, though I guess they could fake his death. That would actually be pretty interesting. The Japanese government realizes how useful Koichi is as basically a stealth agent, and they end up recruiting him to join the safety commission like Hawks is. That'd be very unexpected, but I could really see that working. Okay, please let us down below. Do you think Koichi survived this blast? Do you think he's dead? Do you think they're going to fake his death? Do you think he'll move to America? Do you think he'll be in a coma? Do you think we're actually going to see the big final fight, Koichi fighting against 6? Or do you think his time is up? Do you think he's done battling now and it's going to be up to the pro heroes to actually put 6 down, to actually end this fight and let Koichi rest? I mean, he's bought the time they needed. That's all he really wanted to do. Just wanted to get the attention off of Pop and try to buy enough time for the pro heroes to arrive. But please, let me know down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you next video. And until then, peace.